Well, I would say this. I mean, we wanted to come in here and obviously win the game, but, and really play all 48 of our guys. I mean, that was the outlook. This was, I would say, probably for both teams, about as different as a week that I've been a part of. And I think when you look at the start of the game, really just figuring out, A, who they were lining up with, and B, how they were utilizing, their personnel groups. And I'm talking more specifically about their offense. So this was, I thought it was good work for us. I mean, anytime you got a chance to line up, we all knew it was at stake. But, we definitely accomplished what we came here to accomplish. I think we came out here pretty healthy. Rich, you didn't have anything, right? I mean,
arm injury and shoulder injury.
So, hopefully that's all we have. But we wanted to be healthy, and, we got a lot of production on offense, and everybody got to play. And it was good to see some of our young guys get some action and be productive.
You wanted to get the production offense, the rhythm of the passing game, and get the running game going. You talked about Zeke in the running game and him getting 1,000 and having one of his best games since early season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we wanted to be, pretty balanced running pass mix. I thought we established that, coming out of it, and just the rhythm and timing, going into the playoffs. We've talked about this during the course of the week in our time in Dallas. I've rested players, I've not rested players, but we felt where we were as a team first year in the playoffs, it was important for us to continue to play. So, statistically, rhythm, pace of operation, everything we were looking to accomplish tonight, we were able to get that done.
When you think about what Zeke was battling for, I guess, the last 2 months of the season, how impressive was it to get to that?
Yeah, Zeke's a warrior. I think he doesn't get enough credit for all the little things that he does. He does the dirty work, and particularly in the protection and grinding out. He's been playing with the knee since I think it was the Carolina game. So he's it's anytime you see a player hit an annual milestone, it's obviously a positive, and but I think in the big picture of things, he needed that, we needed it, and it was good to get our 6th win in the division coming in here tonight.
Dak came off the field, and we heard him say to somebody, "Okay, the real stuff starts now."
Yeah.
Is that the message that you kind of go with the team?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the message is really when when this plane touches down in Dallas, that's the starting line. This is what we've been talking about since April. We've had goals. All along we've hit the goals. 12 wins in a season is a good year, but more importantly, it's difficult to put yourself in a good position any year, and so we just want to make sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. Just playing on Saturday night, obviously I think we get back at 4 in the morning, so just really starting the process of rest and recovery and being ready to go. We'll find out who we play tomorrow. The coaches have already done the forecasting work and things like that, so we'll be ready for the players on Monday. But yeah, this is how we view it. We view this as the starting line.
Mike, in the locker room after the game, did you feel the energy of what you thought you accomplished to continue the rhythm of the season?
It was good energy, but it was not. I think it was expected. I think once the game started, everybody was dialed into. Obviously you play to win, but I think that the conversation, frankly, started on the sidelines there at the end of the game. This is the position that we've worked to put ourselves in, and more importantly, is make sure we take full advantage of it.
When Michael Gallup went down with his injury last week, that kind of opened the door for Cedric Wilson to get back to that number 3 spot. Can you just speak to how he?
Yeah, I mean Cedric's a hell of a football player. You look not only what he does on offense, but what he does on special teams, and I mean he's former quarterback. He plays like a quarterback. He's he does all does a lot of the little things and the details. Very intelligent player, very instinctive, very aware. So yeah, I thought he had an excellent night tonight.
Kellen also said he was an intelligent player. How does that show up when you guys evaluate him? Cedric being an intelligent player, how does that manifest based on his routes?
Well, his utilization, I think like anything, when you're, you may not get as many opportunities as the other guys, but when it does, just to go in there and you never miss a beat. I mean, he can play any position. You can play the X, the F, the Z. So does the things out of the backfield, the deceptive plays. So I mean, he has a very large menu.
You had all the changes with the Eagles. Obviously, you had some changes. What did you learn about some of the young guys stepping up
Well, I was proud of him. I love the way our young guys, Nashawn Wright, he had a shoulder there early and just bounced right back and went right back in, didn't even miss a play. KJ Calvin and Joseph, I thought he played, super competitive. Our two running backs, gosh, just so happy for Jaquan and Ito. They got in there and they looked like they were shot out of a gun. So, I mean, it's when you see your young guys jump in there. I mean, Corey Clemens, had a big day. So I think we're up over 20+ people that have touchdowns in one season. That's super impressive, and that's really what you want to be. And I think that's when we talk about the offense is built around making the quarterback successful and and have the ability to spread it around on offense, and the guys on special teams and defense have the ability to put the ball in the end zone. So it was a very productive year. We feel good about what we accomplished, but like we said, we have our eye, we have our goals are on bigger things.
What do you think of Dak tonight and him breaking the team record for touchdown passes in season?
I think it's a hell of a year for a guy that was in a slump. I mean, I just think it was a joke. So, but I think he's, I think he's special. I mean, he's a special man. He has tremendous leadership ability. So, hopefully he'll get some recognition for how he plays the game on the field. So he's so consistent in his approach, and what's exciting is we have a lot of growth in front of us. In him in particular too. So because he's still a young quarterback that has a lot of excellent football in front of him.
In addition to Dak, setting the Romo's record, or passing Romo, he scored more points than any team in franchise history in a single season. Obviously, has different guys that score as many touchdowns as anybody in the new NFL record. Does all that matter? I mean, how do you feel about those type of records? What does that say?
I mean, they're nice records. And just from history, I think those are things when you sit down at the end of the journey, you look back, you say, boy, that was a hell of a year. And you look at those moments. But, like we started this interview, we view this as the starting line. We've put ourselves in position. Our goal is always to be in the tournament. So we'll see exactly where we end up come tomorrow night. And, most importantly is it's difficult to get in this spot. It's difficult to win 12 games. But, most importantly is we take advantage of this opportunity.
You talked earlier this week about the evaluation of whether to rest guys or try and develop that rhythm. And you mentioned that in years past you've tried both and sometimes neither work. How do you develop that rhythm? How do you now make sure that it actually does carry over into the postseason?
Well, I think a lot of factors and variables go into these decisions, no different for us, no different for Philadelphia. So, I mean, every team does what they feel that they need to do. It's in their best interest, short term and long term. And that's really the way we looked at it. So we talked about it Sunday, after last week's game. We all felt clearly this was the best things the players wanted to play. I mean, the players, even the guys that didn't play wanted to play. So I think that tells you where we are as a football team. So, and that's exciting. So this was the right thing for us to do, and I'm glad the way it turned out. I'm sorry?
I'm just saying, is there anything you can do to try and ensure that you do carry that?
Well, I mean, yeah, we got to come to work. We're going to come to work, and we'll get going on it on Monday. Yes.
Did the playoff seeding have anything to do with it, or was it solely just to play everyone?
Well, I mean, hey, I've seen crazier things happen on the last day of the playoffs. So I mean, that's still open. I mean, that's, so we know we'll be at a minimum number 4. But in the same breath, we feel good about the work that we did this week. We had a lot of change in our roster. We have the guys with get sick and COVID and so forth. So hopefully, God willing, we can get over the hump at the beginning of next week, and hopefully we can get into a full prep week, getting ready for the wild card game.
From your COVID guys, is the anticipation that they'll all be back and able to practice at some point?
At some point next week, yes.
Even the guys that would like curse today.
Yes, I think he'll be Thursday. Yeah.
You mentioned that your advanced guys have done work on possible opponents. Is there anything else you can do tomorrow, or do you just have to sit and wait like the rest of us for the game plan?
I mean, everybody has work to do. I mean, we get back at 4. So when the coaches, we'll get this game evaluated. Our video department was wiped out, pretty much with positive tests. So we won't really be able to grade the film till we get back. So we got plenty of work to do, and but we'll probably get started Monday morning.
Mike, I know it was a short week,
I think I don't know who asked me it the other day. I said, yeah, I'm excited about playing on Saturday night, but I'll be real excited when it's over. So I'm very excited that it's over. So now this helps. I think an extra day off at this point in the year, could bode well for us, especially with everything that's going on, particularly with the guys that are sick.
Did the video guys get knocked out Thursday, Friday, or early in the week? Or?
No, just here at the end, Friday. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on what Van Direction's been able to do maybe the last month of the season?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I really like the way Leighton's played. He's I think he's very comfortable, in there, and it's just instinctive. I thought maybe we'd have a couple more opportunities where the ball was bouncing around a little bit. So I was excited to see him get that pick. But no, yeah, Leighton's been super steady here down the stretch.
Anything stand out from this team compared to the other playoff teams in terms of your run? Anything about this team stands out, makes it stand out compared to other teams you've taken to the playoffs?
I'll be honest. I don't really like to compare teams. I think there's moments. I think there's games, situations that remind you of certain teams. But I'll say this: just with the potential of the teams we have to, potentially play in the playoffs. I thought the fact that we got to play in 22-degree weather at 4-mile-an-hour wind was awesome. So this is a great experience for us to play in some cold weather. Obviously, we'll be playing at home here in the first round. So I just think that the experiences that you have during the course of the year. This team does have some carryover from some of the teams I've had. We're talking more dealing with adversity, but every team in the league is dealing with adversity this year because of COVID. So it'd be hard to compare this team to prior teams.
You talked a lot about last one guy's confidence
Yeah.
in his play style. It seems like a pretty confident type of game, the way the guys were flying around, especially at the end. Do you feel like mentally this team is exactly where you want it to be?
I'll tell you what, I think like anything in this game, just when you think you've seen it all, something else happens. I mean, just the first series on defense was the communication and the correspondence between the players and the coaches, just trying to figure out their personnel groups based on who they had up. We got the list just like everybody else. So just sitting there trying to figure out, who their 11 personnel is going to be, their 12. So to get that sorted in a first, that's never happened. I mean, I've never seen that happen at that extent. So, and that's great work because, you talk about communication, pre-snap, winning the pre-snap, getting things set up, and, the adjustments on a boundary, So I think it's definitely an experience that can pay for it. I hope that, I don't think we'll be in that position again, but I think it was another challenge, and I thought our guys did a nice job with it. Thank you.